welcome back to my channel. I'm Tammy and I'm the owner of Keravie Lash Loft and founder of Keravie Professional. In 2018, I became a certified master lash lift artist and educator, won platinum first place at the Royal Canadian Lash Championships for lash lifting. Suffice to say, I now have lash lifting down to a science, and I can create the same perfect lift every single time. And so can you. What makes the Keravie lift unique is that it's an advanced 2-in-1 lifting system that can be used to lift lashes and laminate brows too. The triple plant keratins help to nourish and strengthen lashes as it's lifting. Best of all, the wide processing window greatly reduces the risk of lash damage. When it's used with our advanced lifting technique and aftercare products, we create sky-high lifts that last up to 12 weeks. So let's get started. We begin every lash lift with a lash bath. Today we're using the Keravie Pro Lash Bath with Chamomile and B5. Thoroughly rinse your eyes with water and make sure everything is dried off so that you can apply the under eye patches right away. Today I'm going to be using the medical grade foam tape. I really like this, especially for those with sensitive eyes and with really long lower lashes. It is completely optional, of course, but if you are just beginning lifting for the first time, under eye patches are highly recommended. I'm going to use our silicone glue tray wells. I'm going to dispense step 1, our Pro Dry Glue. This glue is made for advanced lash lift artists, and what I love about it is that it can hold out stretched out thin and coarse lashes with no issues. It's clear in color with a thick consistency. The dry time is quick, so be sure to work in small sections at a time. And since it's water-based, you can definitely add more glue or dab a little bit of water to loosen up. Here I'm also using it to attach the silicone shield to the eye. I like to dispense just a little bit of glue to start off, and if the lashes are coarse, I wait a little bit before I start pulling and stretching back the lashes. Generally speaking, I love using a doe foot applicator to stretch out the lashes because it really clings on to the lashes really well and distributes the pressure evenly so that it's not too uncomfortable for the client. Before the glue fully dries, I will go in with my lash pick and just do a little bit of isolating. I want to always make sure that my lashes are fully isolated, there's no crossover, and there's no slack at the roots as well. Again, like I said, be sure to work in small sections at a time. If you do need to loosen some areas because they're a little bit bunched up, just add either a little bit more glue, or you can even add a little bit of water just to loosen it up as well. You don't want to put too much glue over top of the lashes, just because if you have too much, it can create a little bit of a barrier between the lashes and the lifting and setting products. And you can see I am going over the same area a few times, just making sure I'm just pulling out all of the slack. And I'm also bracing the eye as well to make sure that my client isn't uncomfortable. I'm never pressing down on the eye, I'm pinching towards myself to create that pressure. I'm working in about 1/2 centimeter increments in width because I really want to make sure that each section is fully stretched out and isolated before I move on to the next section. completed both eyes, we're ready to start lifting. Step 2 lift is our keratin lash lifting system formulated with triple plant keratins and chamomile. The keratin and chamomile in the system strengthens and nourishes lashes as it lifts and prevents split ends as well. It has an extra wide processing window ranging from 5 minutes to extra thin to 14 minutes for extra coarse lashes, which greatly reduces the risk of damaging the lashes. I've gone ahead and applied it to the underside of my client's lashes. She has pretty curly lashes, so I don't want to over curl. Once processing is done, I'm going to start removing the product. Usually I start from the inner corner, working towards the middle. Step 3 is next. The setting balm also has triple plant keratins plus panthenol or B5, which helps to further re-strengthen and hydrate lashes as it sets. Generally speaking, setting is about half of your target step 2 time, rounding up to the nearest minute. I like to use this a little bit more generously, applying the product from at least a millimeter higher up than where I'd placed step 2 lift and all the way down to the root. Once that is up, I'm going to go ahead and start removing set. The products come in a convenient pump dispenser, and generally speaking, it's about 1 to 2 pumps per appointment, depending on how much product you need, and that's going to vary depending on how big your client's eyes are, whether or not you're lifting only or you're adding a lift and curl. You can remove the under eye patches and start pulling out the lower lashes so they can be tinted too. At Keravie, we pretty much always include tinting with the lift, just because sometimes the setting solution can leave the lashes a little bit lighter in color and brassier compared to if you didn't. And then lastly, step 4 is a multi-purpose leave-in conditioning serum, and it also helps to nourish lashes while dislodging the excess tint and glue. At this point, you can actually even apply it directly onto the lashes because it also helps to remove really tough glue if you've used quite a bit. In this case, I am just removing everything first, and then I am doing the conditioning serum last. With our Keravie products too, the nice thing about it is that it isn't really affected by water, only the tint is. So I'm actually going to use a dampened gauze, and I'm just going to clean around her eye area, getting the under eyes, through her lashes to remove any excess tint and glue. You never want to leave your client leaving your shop with glue and tint all over their face. So I'm going to use a generous amount and thoroughly clean everything. The final step is to apply the Botox Hyaluronic. I'm going to use a micro spoolie brush here because I don't want to double dip. The Botox Hyaluronic is an amazing aftercare product. You definitely should keep some stock of some lash serums for your client because you definitely don't want them to go home with an amazing lift but nothing to help them take care of their lashes. Lashes can easily dry out, especially in areas where water is very hard. They can use it as early as the next day, either on its own or underneath black mascara. The best part about it is that not only does it help to condition lashes, but it also helps to style them too and makes their lashes stay uplifted for longer. And there you have it. We are all done for today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's lesson. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please subscribe, leave a comment below, and share.